Good morning. My name is Benson Porter, and I do serve as the president of the Boy Scouts of America Greater Tampa Bay Area Council. And I'm happy to share with all of you that scouting is alive and well in Tampa Bay. And anytime I speak, I like to share what separates scouting from every other youth organization, and it is the Scout Oath and Law. And the reason that separates us, it does teach scouts to do their best and do their duty to God and their country with an underlying message of the importance of character. And in my humble opinion, that is more important today than I can remember. So I would ask, if you have achieved the rank of Eagle Scout, to please stand up. Anyone in the audience? Wow, that's incredible. So you can sit. And the reason I say that is incredible. The odds of a group of Eagle Scouts being together is very rare. The only time it typically happens is at an Eagle Court of Honor or a Scout event. And the reason I say that, since 1912, there have been around 2.5 million Eagle Scout ranks awarded. So the odds of running into an Eagle Scout is 0.0016%. It's rare. So you are with the rare breed. Congratulations on earning the rank of Eagle Scout. You have quite a legacy behind you. And I'm going to tell you a story. I was debating on what I wanted to share with you today, but we have youth in the audience. I'm going to ask all the students to stand up. Please stand up and put your hands above your head. And while I'm telling you this story, I want you to remain in this stance, okay? There was a gentleman by the name of Alvin Townley. Alvin Townley was an Eagle Scout, and he was attending the retirement of a pretty famous general who also was an Eagle Scout. Alvin Townley went up to introduce himself to this general, shook his hand and said, "I understand you were an Eagle Scout, so was I." The general stepped back and looked at him and said, "No, son, I am an Eagle Scout, and so are you." This so shook up Alvin Townley that he literally quit his job, took 2 years traveling around the country to meet other Eagle Scouts because he wanted to understand what was the common denominator. And I'm going to share with you at the end of this what the common denominator was. But he wrote a book about this. It was called Legacy of Honor. And during his travels, he ran into a group of men, and if I recall, it was around 13 of them, who were some of the original prisoners in the Vietnam War. Keep your hands up. It's important, okay? These were the original prisoners in the Vietnam War. What these gentlemen, these were pilots and naval aviators. So when they were in the infamous Hanoi Hilton, I don't know if any of you understand or have heard of the Hanoi Hilton, but it was an awful place. They were put in extreme circumstances, and in order to keep the morale up, they developed a way to communicate with each other and literally drove their captors crazy with how they conducted themselves. They wanted these gentlemen to sign a letter saying that they committed an atrocity that they didn't, but that's a whole different story. But they so drove these captors crazy, they took them out of the Hanoi Hilton, and this is a story I never knew until I read this book, put them in a separate camp they nicknamed Alcatraz. One of the gentlemen escaped. All right, they caught him, brought him back, and as punishment, this was in September, every day when he woke up, they made him stand in his cell with his hands above his head like you are right now. And it would become extremely hot in this prison cell, so much so the gentleman would try to remember movies, try to remember things in his life like his family, and he would become incoherent and couldn't even remember his children's names. But what he could remember was the first line in the Boy Scout oath. which is on my honor, I will do my best. And I shared with you at the very beginning of my comments, on my honor, I will do my best. That's all he could remember, and that's what he would repeat to his captors over and over. He would pass out, they would do horrible things to him when he lowered his arms. He went through this from September until Christmas Eve of that year. Every day stood with his hands in his prison or in his cell above his head at attention. That's the legacy. This man was an Eagle Scout. These 13 individuals were Eagle Scouts. That is the legacy of an Eagle Scout. You can all sit down if you want. I wanted to share that with you because it's important. What Alvin Townley discovered when he went around the country and was interviewing other Eagle Scouts, and these were CEOs of companies, these were officers in the service, bikers. It was interesting reading this, was the common denominator of every Eagle Scout was service to man and service to the community. That's the legacy. So as the general told Alvin Townley, those who've earned the rank of Eagle Scout, you're a marked man. And there's a higher expectation for you. When people find out you are an Eagle Scout, they're going to expect more from you. I can guarantee you this. And it is my hope, and I say this at every Eagle Court of Honor that I've spoken, is that you take the rest of your life, you've earned the rank, but you take the rest of your life becoming an Eagle Scout and understanding the legacy that's behind you. And I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you all. This is an incredible school. I've never been on campus before. I've driven by many times. This is an incredible place. Take advantage of it. And again, congratulations to all the Eagle Scouts here today. I appreciate all of you, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you.